Hello everybody, it is SQ. How y'all doing today? Alright, so in today's video, I'm just going to be talking to you guys about speedrunning community, because since recently, I actually don't think I gave an explanation for why I haven't uploaded anything on it for a few days. Now, I'm just going to get out of the way the obvious fact that speedrunning community, they don't like me. The admins, they don't like me. I guess they think I'm too much work, or what I think they don't like about me specifically is the fact that I'm actually willing to speak about what I believe in. Now, that may come to surprise to them, or that they may see this, they may not, and they may say that's not true at all. But I'm certain that is the truth. In fact, the fact that they denied other things that I predicted as the truth, they denied them as the truth, makes me believe that they don't even know what they believe. So, I mean, they're uncertain of what their own agendas are, which is just, I mean, that's just disappointing. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about why I left the community as a whole. So, a lot of you may have seen the video that I made about the community, about where I stated that they needed to get their crap in order, and things were not going super good, in a sense where I was giving them ideas on how they could fix their crappy community, and they denied them. They didn't accept them. They said, no, I think we can handle it. And I said, no, well, I don't believe that. And pretty much that's what happened. And I told them, no, you can't. You can't handle that. You're not. And I made a lot of other predictions in that video about them, specifically about their personalities, about who they are. And they denied those accusations. I told them I believed that they kept people in their modding posse because they were friends, and what I meant by that was maybe not exactly best of friends, but you're afraid of a response from them, which is obviously the case. I can obviously see it now. I was given a exact, or they were telling me about a person who hasn't done anything in months, or they did one thing this month, was what they said, or something. And I said, why is he still a mod? And they said, well, we're kind of afraid. And that just proved my point. They're afraid of a response from anybody who will just not agree with what they, or but who will, how do I say this? They're afraid of a response from someone who's not even doing anything. So that's why they don't kick them out, or, you know, they just keep them alive in the server. They don't care. Like, I'm telling them, you know, you got to get rid of this guy. Nope, we don't have to. We're really good at this. We know what we're doing. And I say, no, you don't. So, I also gave them a lot of reasons, or a lot of ways they could fix their issues in their community. But they further denied those. One example of that was set up a little bit of a hierarchy of sorts. How do you say? Like, what's it called? Like a structure of who's in charge of what. And I told them that would be a very effective way. I explained it all in the video, and they said nope. They didn't want to do it. And I don't understand why they didn't want to do it. Actually, they said it wouldn't be fun. It would take the fun out of modding. And my rebuttal to that is, if it's so fun, why do you not do your job like you're supposed to? Why do you never do what you're asked to do? Like, why are we not seeing the amount of approvals of runs that we should? If it's so darn fun, then you should be approving these more. But they're not. I mean, they say it's fun. I say, that's bullcrap. You're lying. Otherwise, you'd be doing it all the time. Otherwise, this would be your free time. You wouldn't need the free time there. So let me just explain that real quick. They're saying that they have other things to do other than modding a community. and I said, I should have brought this up to them earlier, but they say that if modding is supposed to be so fun, then why is it such an issue that or why is the fact that we never get our runs approved, why is it such an issue? They should be, if it's so fun for them, they should be approving it all the time, because that's what they claim. I should have brought that up before. I didn't think about that until just now. But I hope they're watching so they can give an answer to that, but I doubt it. What was another thing? They left comments on the previous video I made about the community, and they said, they gave like a list of reasons why what I was saying was completely stupid, and I responded to every single one of those reasons that they said my argument was dumb. I responded to every single one of them and proved that they were just really not dumb at all. Well, most of them. Some of them I was kind of acting out. I can't remember which ones it was. I should have like made a script for this video so I could, but I didn't. I'm kind of not as smart as anybody else. That really would have been smart, but I can't. Let me try to remember exactly what I was responding to. It's hard to remember while I'm doing this, but I try. This guy's really good at cutting off. I mean, I think this is the same guy from a few seconds ago. He's really good at like cutting me off completely, and it's annoying. Don't approve. Trying to remember. My memory is not serving me right now. No, see, look, he's just like everywhere at the same time, and he's like, Okay, hold on. Can we just put the video on pause real quick? I'm just trying to get through this. Please. Please, bro. This is insane. Like, I'm like super focused. Oh, he's faster than me now, so I'm screwed. He's gonna literally enclose me. No. I'm genuinely being just circled by this guy. Okay, I wonder if I was to just wait. Oh, he's so much like further ahead of me. There's nothing I could do. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's a good reason or good time to go back to the video. This guy's like a pro. I don't understand. Like, he's so good at managing his troops and everything. Anyway, where was I? I was saying, oh yeah, I was giving rebuttals to their points, and I can't remember. I don't even think they responded to those. Let me try. Yeah, I don't think they ever did. I did respond to their complaints about my video. I said things like, you need to make a better system for your. Well, okay, I think they did respond to that. They said like, well, that would take the fun out of it, and blah 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 blah. And they said, yeah, well, and I said, yeah, okay, if it's so fun. Well, I didn't say this, but I should have said this. I mean, I really should have thought about this. That was like such a good comeback. I mean, if it's so fun, then why are you not doing it ever? Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on this screen so I can think better instead of multitasking. If you don't mind. Actually, no, I'm not, because that would be boring content and nobody would watch. But so that's what I said. I said, what was I saying? But some other points they were making was like, let me try to think. About my video, it was like, it wasn't. I honestly can't remember. What was the point of this video? I was talking about why I left. Oh yeah. So let me just move past their idiocy real quick. Actually, no, we're not gonna move past their idiocy. Everybody in the server, claims to think that, or they I guess what I'm trying to say is me and the speedrunning community, we have different views on what the job of a mod should be. I think it's a commitment. If you signed up to do it, you should be willing to do it. That's just my point of view. I mean, why would you give up an opportunity to make your community more like a business. That's what I told them, and I didn't understand. And they said it would take the fun out of it. I said, that's bullcrap. Why? But I mean, I guess that's just their preference. I don't care anymore. Point is I'm wondering, or I told them that I gave them their some suggestions on how to fit, because they asked, like, do you have any suggestions? I said yes. I said it in the video. And actually, I was laughed at for saying it was in the video. They said, I mean, one of them, I can't remember who, I think it was Keys, like, or something. And they said, that's just funny. And I said, why is it funny? And I assume it was because they found it hilarious that I said it was in the video, because maybe they were thinking, I don't know what they were thinking. I honestly can't tell you, but the reason I said that was because I'm not trying to, like, end my little my discussion with this other guy who I was talking to. I was talking to another guy at the same time. I'm not trying to end this discussion. So why should I just end my discussion just to explain to you what I was going through talking about in my video? No, I'm not going to do that. I mean, that's obvious. Nobody's going to do that. Like I said, I mean, if you're watching this video and you're just gonna, I mean, would you stop your discussion with another person? Like, because this guy just interrupted me completely. Would you stop your discussion just to explain to an idiot why or what you could do? I mean, he could go get the information himself. No, he didn't want to. So what I'm trying to make is they don't want to change they don't want to make their system better. I gave them many ways. I mean, if you guys watched the video that I made about, I don't remember what it's called, but it's something to do with the speedrunning community being trash. If you watched that, you would understand I did give them multiple ways they can fix their crappy community. Nope, they didn't want to. So that's the point of this sector of the video. I did give them ways, and I did make suggestions as to how they could fix their community. They did not care for those suggestions. I guess they thought they were not good suggestions. Otherwise, we would have seen them implemented. Nope. But another point they were making was, like, I mentioned something about them getting paid, because they said they were always busy all the time. And I said, so you must have a job, so you're getting paid for that. So you can use that payment for your job for funding. So they don't have a job. I guess they mistook what I said as, like, they get paid for running the community. That's not what I meant at all. And I explained that to them. I don't even think they realized I explained that to them. I mean, that was just dumb of them to think that's what I meant. That was like, I even mentioned, you must have a job if you're always so busy. And I guess they were, they didn't understand that or something. I'm not even sure at this point, but, okay, that was just, I just want to point out that this guy's an idiot. To think that everybody's gonna just, like, no, I mean, you're dumb. Why is he still attacking? What? No way. Is this working? He's literally at 1 million. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Why me? Oh, this guy, I mean, all these guys, specifically this guy's gonna need a lot of land here. Oh my gosh. People like this. I wouldn't be surprised if you told me that was a speedrunning admin right there. Wouldn't be surprised. Here. Okay. Oh, you can't full send. Oh. Come get me. I want this guy to take my land. Yeah. What was I saying? You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna bring up... Oh, I don't want to bring that up, actually, because then you guys could see all my crap. Hold on. I'm gonna bring up the comments real quick. I'll be back momentarily. Alright, so, this is the comment. I think this guy right here, I think he's the guy who owns the community, the, speedrun.com thing. This guy is another admin who I used to be close with. He used to be like, I don't know. So, I guess something I mentioned in the video was the fact that everybody can get macros. I honestly don't even remember saying that. I mean, I bet I did. I'm not saying that he's lying. I'm saying that, I mean, it was ages ago. It was 6 days ago. I mean, that's pretty long ago. Macro situation got put on hold. Okay, hold on. Let me just go through these one at a time. So, not everyone can macro, as don't forget iOS and Android players. Now, I did respond to this. Yes, mobile devices have access to macros that I use. Not specifically the ones I use, I don't think. But what I mean by that is you can tap and customize it to tap twice instead of once. This is possible. I know it's possible on Apple devices, especially the older ones. I'm not sure about the new one. I bet it's on the new ones, because why would they get rid of that feature? And I know, or I'm not sure about Samsung or like any other brand of phone, but I did look it up. Samsung for sure, or not for sure, but I mean Google said that Samsung did have the ability to make it double tap. I did look that up, and that's what a few sources said, 2 or 3 specifically. He never did respond to me when I said this, by the way. So, number 2, he said, macro situation got put on hold due to IntelliAttack, but it's been there since he started speedrunning, and no, it's not because of the conversation in the Discord. Now, he claims this. I'm not sure, because I was not there before I was there, obviously, because I wasn't there. He says that it was put on hold because of IntelliAttack. I know that's not true, because the IntelliAttack situation happened around January 10th or 13th or something, and macro issue first came up to me on December 24th, he put a hold on it on December 24th, or I think that was the day when he told me they would talk about it. I think that's a gap of 2 or 3 weeks, maybe, I think it's 3 weeks between the 2 dates. January 13th or 10th or whatever, and December 24th or 25th. Or 26th or something. Now you see the issue with that. He says that it got put on hold because of IntelliAttack. That's not true. IntelliAttack came out weeks later. And he says it's been there since the start of my speedrun. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's see what I said. Right, so I said that it may have been there since at the start of me speedrunning. I mean, since before I was speedrunning. But what I said was it was obviously more further looked into because of my gains on the leaderboards. I'm not saying that they were being biased. I mean, they were obviously biased, but in a good way. I mean, it's obvious, or it's better that they are actually taking charge on something. And I'm not saying that that it's just because. Well, that is what I'm saying. It is because of my progress on the leaderboards, but I'm not saying that is the bad part. Because when I was typing this up, I thought that might have been looked on with how do you say, with like a different tone than I meant. So when I say this right here, right there, I'm saying props to them for noticing that I was using a macro openly. I openly stated I was using a macro multiple times, and they took charge, and then they said what they believed in. They said, okay, well, we need to look into this. And then they looked into it. I guess they talked about it. I don't know. But then they just kind of stopped talking about it for 3 weeks. And now he's blaming it on IntelliAttack. That's the issue I have. Not the fact that they were looking at it when I came around and started getting higher up on the leaderboards. My issue is that he's lying completely. This is a lie. Right here. And I mean, like I said, he hasn't responded to what I said. No response. Number 3, runs did get approved yesterday. So I guess somewhere in there, I remember this. I did say that there were no runs approved yesterday. But this video was just I mean, it was not made at the time. I mean, okay, I agree with that. Well, probably. I think I went back and checked, and yes, runs were approved of the day that I was speaking of. And he says right here, I don't have time to argue with half of these points. The bots work perfectly fine for everyone else. By the way, we're not all friends. So, okay, he put 2 and 1 here. I think I spoke about this part already. He said, I don't have time to argue with half these points. Now, that right there is just an idiotic thing to say. I mean, just because of the fact that he said he'll be contesting with everything he disagrees with. I mean, that was just really but then he even further idiotic is he goes on to talk about what he just said he wouldn't argue with. Which, I mean, that was just funny to me. The bots work perfectly fine, and the bot doesn't work. I told him this. When I was using the bot, it doesn't work. And also, I think he mentioned that the bot wasn't his. Okay, he didn't say it here, but I don't think the bot is owned by these guys. Someone said, I think it was Luna-chan. I think they said that the bot is owned by somebody else that isn't associated with the speedrunning community. And I said, okay, well, I suppose it's my fault. I mean, technically, there could be things you could do to get the bot to be less trash, but I mean, it's not your fault because I mean, you don't have to intervene. It's not your job to intervene. So that's not their fault at all that the bot wasn't working at that time. And I'm still not sure if it works. I'll get into this later. But so I don't know. Maybe I was just using it during a time where it was just down or something. But that's what he says. It's fine for everyone else. Which, I mean, Luna-chan can contest. It was terrible. It wasn't working at a time. But I mean, if it works, it works. And he said they're not friends. What I've already stated what I meant, or what I gathered from their how do I explain what I've said about this right here. And I've already explained that they may not be friends, but they're scared of a reaction, and that is obvious. I mean, if you're not going to fire someone who hasn't done anything for weeks, then yes, you're scared of a reaction, obviously. Whether the reaction is from the person, or whether the reaction is just less runs being approved, even though that obviously won't be the case if he hasn't been doing anything, or she. I don't even remember who it was. But if you're scared of a react, or if you're not going to fire him, and you claim to not be friends, then yes, the only other logical explanation, you're scared of the consequences. You're scared of a reaction. That's obvious. Okay? So now that that's out of the way, just shortening that for that first, 7 minutes of the video. And I think we all wish we got paid, but we don't. He meant wish. But I've already explained this too. I was not referring to getting paid on the speedrun community. It's I know how speedrun.com works. You don't get paid for that. They don't pay you. It's a fan-made thing. Y'all run it. I understand that. I was never saying you get paid on that. I was saying you get paid for another job. And the reason that I think I mentioned job in the video. I'm like 90% sure I even spoke about. But I mean, I understand this guy doesn't speak perfect English, so he may not have understood or heard it or something. But yes, I think I said that here. Yeah, I'm not sure you understood this point. I was saying that you all claim to be busy when you aren't improving runs. I was wondering if you had a job where you get paid, not working on the speedrunning things. And if you don't have jobs, my wonder is why you don't have time for verifying runs. So I would just like to state that a response to this right here for all of YouTube to see would be great. Because they talked about it in the Discord, but I just can't even remember. And I can't go back and check either why or what we talked about. Because, I mean, I think it was just a bit of an argument at that point. It was just kind of a dumb argument. It didn't make sense to either side. But, and it wasn't even about these points. I think they just realized that I was right completely, and they just stopped responding. But a response to this on YouTube would be great. Not in my DMs, because unless you want me to show people your DMs, because I'm warning you now, if you give me a response in any channel in Discord, any DM, I will show it on YouTube. Our DMs will be compromised. That is a warning, forewarning all of you. If you send me anything regarding this, that I now officially have the right to show it on YouTube. And if you send it to me, you're signing that contract. That's official. Boom. Okay. So now on to my next point. We're just gonna stay here on this page since I don't want to go back. So to my next point. Also disregard all of my recommended. I know it is kind of goofy and stuff. So to my next point. I left the community officially. I left the Discord server. Not because of any of these reasons. I was willing to work this out. They were not. That's why I left. They were not willing to work any of this out. They obviously had the majority of people on their side, and which makes no sense to me. But I don't want to. I won't bring that into this because that is a little bit much. But the fact that I'm not gonna get into that. But as I was saying, all of them are against me in this point. Well, most of them. Some of them were like, or one dude was like, specifically, I like that guy. He was like, well, why don't you do this and do that? I mean, it makes sense. And I was like, yeah, it does make sense, but they're lazy, so. And okay, I would just like to state, that's my major point here. I'm pretty sure they're just really lazy when it comes to this. Which, I mean, after a year, I would probably get pretty lazy too. I would probably quit. I mean, I don't know why you would stick around for a whole year. Especially if you're not gonna. I mean, some of them keep it updated. Some of them are like every now and then, which doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, okay, I left the. Let me just get into this and stop getting on sidebars. So I left the Discord server because of the fact that they are childish and were not willing to negotiate. Now, when I say childish, I'm not gonna show direct. Well, I can't show direct DMs actually. I'm not gonna show direct messages or anything. But they were saying things like, where I was asking them to make some changes. They were like, nope, 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 nope. And then I said, okay, well, if you're not willing to negotiate, please don't ping me, because I didn't want to be pinged. I was actually playing with my friends at that time, and it was a bit of a bother having to go back and forth. And I said, please stop pinging me unless it's actually something that you know I would care about. And so they pinged me multiple times over. They said, at SQOpenSpellbook. Okay, and then they said, at SQOpenSpellbook, your points suck, and they kept pinging me. I said, alright, y'all have all lost my respect, which is a very disrespectful thing, if you think about it. I was telling them, I said, really, like, guys, this is really immature, and I will be speaking out about this on my channel. They didn't care. And so, I just left. I said, alright, well, I don't have any business being here, and I left. Someone tried to friend me afterward, probably to bother me. But after all the things, I won't get into that. So, I think that's just about wrapping it up. I'd actually like to further go into the fact that, oh, I forgot what I was going to go further into. But to sum it up, all of these things, if you'd like to just read this, if you're skipping to the end, just read all of this. And I'd like to say that these guys are childish, they're unwilling to negotiate, and they're lazy. And I would like a response on this page here, to this right here, if you guys would be willing to do that. Tokapic, or whatever the other guy's name was. Or any mod, honestly. I would like a response to this, because you guys claim that none of this is possible, and then you just ran away from the conversation. In 6 days, no response. Honestly, a sign that they are either really, really, really lazy, or they're scared of a reaction. Which is a recurring theme. But I'm gonna wrap it up. This is probably past 30 minutes now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.